Hi everyone, today I'm truly excited to share an interview with a pillar of the Dragonstaff community. He's a friend, a master for me, and someone whose influence on Dragonstaff practice is felt all around the world. And without further ado, here is the interview with the Jed. Hi Jed, how are you doing?
Great, Fabio. How are you?
I'm very fine, really happy to have you at this Kalisha 2025.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Pleasure, honor. And it's your interview. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, sure. My name's Jed Fowler. I've been spinning props since about 2002. Started off with poi, moved on to staff, then contact staff, double staff, plus a whole bunch of other props, and keep going since today, which is 2025.
And how did you specifically came to Dragonstaff practice?
So the first time I saw anything like a dragon staff was in 2006. A person back home had a staff with some prongs sticking out of it, had a bit of a play, didn't really think much of it. The next time was 2010, when Free Worlds, they brought a prototype after seeing the dragon staff version online to a festival. Brett also brought his own prototype to a festival, which was nothing to do with that.
Can you tell us a little bit more about this mysterious prototype?
Brett's one?
Yeah, there's Woolly, Bully, whatever.
So he called it a roly-poly staff of Doomy Doom, which was very similar in design to the current day dragon staff, like fired dragon staff that you see nowadays. Had the long pole with spokes at the end, and that was something that he'd invented and played around with himself.
So from your point of view, could we say that Dragonstaff has been invented by Christian Gora, and another very, very, very similar object has been invented by Brett and yourself in Australia a few years later without knowing it was existing?
Definitely. I mean, by Brett, not me. I didn't have anything to do with it.
Okay, but it's Brett.
But definitely Brett, yeah. Again, as I said, in 2006, a person in my town, made an object which was very similar to dragon stuff, but didn't go anywhere, didn't do anything,
Yeah.
Same as Brett's one. Like, Brett didn't give it a cool name like dragon staff, so it didn't stick.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been roly-poly sticks around for a long time,
Okay.
But as far as I'm aware, the one that Gora made is the one that took off. Because if you give it a cool name like dragon staff, it's bound to spread.
He invented this. I made an interview of Christian Gora, and he invented this object who was initially a contact staff with 10 flames, and it was the original name of what became the dragon staff, and he invented it in 2004.
Yeah.
So that's very similar. So you were talking about Brett, and Brett invented the...
Actually, I'd like to put a mention about the prototypes.
Sorry.
Because some of the first practice dragon staffs were made by Matt Bray, who lived in Perth, where I live.
Mm-hmm.
And Matson, who made the first polyurethane curved spike heads.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the real revolution, I think, of dragon staff, because the dragon staffs were big, they were heavy, they were full of fire and metal, and they hurt when they rolled across your skin at that time. Mm-hmm. And then he made practice-only, lightweight dragon staffs that had good rolling momentum, and that's when dragon staff really took off, I think, when we started producing those and pushing those around Australia. Mm-hmm. That was, a big turning point, I think.
And talking about Dragonstaff practice, Brett, aka Brett Star Galactica,
yes, that's the
one. Came out with the chi-roll move, right?
Yeah.
And you came out with variation?
Yeah. So Brett had the first chi-roll, which is the one rolling away from us that everyone knows and loves nowadays. Mm-hmm. We both then we must be able to reverse this thing. It must be possible. We both went away and worked on it, and we both independently figured out how to get the chi-roll rolling towards us. And then I went off on a big giant tangent and found all these other so many different variations of chi-rolls. Your horizontal ones, your vertical ones, all your different types of weaves and isolations and anti-spin variations and all these different big massive family of chi-rolls.
And I guess it is the perfect...
Including pressure rolls.
Including pressure rolls. Pressure rolls, guys, it's a thing. But it's also a great transition for me to ask you about the Dragonstaff skills tree.
Yes. So I started the Dragon Staff skill tree as a passion project in 2014, I think it was. Because when you look at something like martial arts or dancing, whatever, there's a strict structure of, learn this first, learn this, then learn this. With Dragon Staff, when I was doing it, there was nothing at all. There was no information. I spent an entire year in 2012 just focused on Dragon Staff only. I got rid of all my other props and I went, Dragon Staff is its own unique prop. It's not like contact staff, it's its own special thing, and I'll just focus on this to try and understand how this staff works. And I felt like I was restricted by thinking about it like a contact staff. So I spent 2012 and I came up with an idea. I trained a lot with Matson. We created most of the Dragon Staff vocabulary what people do today in those years. And in 2014 I tried to record it down and I broke Dragon Staff down into its fundamental tricks, fundamental components, and created a skill tree. So the idea was if you take something like a matrix, which everyone knows, and you say, okay, if you break a matrix down into its parts, what is there? What are the skills you need to do all the tricks that exist in Dragon Staff?
And tell us where
so
can we find this Dragon Staff skill tree?
On www.masterflowarts.com is my website. It's where I put all my
and there will
resources.
Be a link.
Resources for the skill tree, contact staff, fire safety resources. There's a bunch of stuff up there.
This is a very interesting, I would not say complex, but there are really 170
at the moment,
videos. Yeah.
At the moment there's 170 videos. I have more planned.
There will be a link down below this video, and I really advise everybody to have a look. It's
it's like a step-by-step learning pathway for Dragon Staff. The demonstration videos are there. It's all free. You can just have a look and see what to learn next with the tree, like playing a video game.
Talking about next, how do you see the Dragon Staff practice evolution? Can you imagine it? Can you feel it?
I think we're at a pretty good stage at the moment. I don't think things will change too much going forwards. I think they will stay fairly light. I don't think they'll go back to being very heavy.
In terms of
lightweight.
Complexity?
I think we'll get more designs, especially with 3D printing and things like that. But
I was thinking about more the Dragon Staff practice.
Practice?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure about that one. I hope that with resources like the skill tree out there, because people still get stuck on what to learn next, people get a better idea and will increase people's skill level and get a much better idea about what to do next. I hope that helps people a lot. I think there are a lot of people still stuck on cheating deaths and chi rolls, so I'm thinking hopefully more like contact staff or poi, where you get a larger access of resources, a lot more variants and tricks. I think that will be more accessible, especially in the future. There's a lot more people who are doing Dragon Staff now. And there's a lot more knowledge available now, especially as to 10 years ago there was almost nothing.
Thank you, Jed.
No worries.
Do you have a final conclusion to offer to conclude this interview?
I think that I've got a lot of resources out there. I hope people use them. I think Dragon Staff will continue to become a prop that it was getting more and more popularity. I think that prices will come down. It will become more accessible to everyone. And when that happens, I think, it could easily be just as popular as Staff or poi or any of those props, because most people who pick one up has a really good time when they do.
I think it's a perfect conclusion.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jed. Guys, check the link down below. This is Jed. I'm Fabio. Keep it spinning and have fun. Ciao.
Ciao.
That's great.
That was good.